Hey everyone, welcome back. And I'm excited to be sharing with you that I just got this package in the mail for Baldur's Gate 3, the physical edition, PS5, US, NTSC version, whatever you want to call it. I'm most excited to hold this for a couple of reasons. One of them being we were told initially, hey, there's not going to be a physical release. This thing is too big. It's only going to be digital. And here I hold in my hand a physical version of the game. I ordered this in December of 23. It's July 2024, and I've just received it. So it took about 6 months from time of pre-order to get it. It originally said it would probably be in Q1 of 24 that it was coming out. So it took an extra couple months, but that's okay. I got so many games to play, and I'm kind of used to long pre-order windows. If you're familiar with buying games from Limited Run, I Am 8-Bit, Super Rare Games, you know, all of these companies. So I'm excited. We're going to break it open. Another big thing is I loved Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2. I did a review for Original Sin 2 on my channel, which is worth checking out. But my partner and I loved playing those games, and so when I initially heard Larian was going to get Baldur's Gate 3 and they were going to develop it, I was very excited because I already knew what they were capable of doing in the CRPG space, and it seems like they really lived up to that. So it's been such a long and painful process to hold off on playing this game, but I think I'm really going to enjoy it in this big box version that I have now. So anyways, let's go ahead. We're going to break it open, and I'm just going to cut right along the tape here. And I'm going to try and be very careful because I don't want to damage anything. I barely pay attention to what is supposed to be inside. So we're kind of enjoying this experience together. You maybe even know more than I. Alrighty. Wow. Much larger than I was anticipating. This thing is huge. And it looks quite nice. Let's get this cellophane off, and then maybe we can get even a better view of it. Get this box out of the way. Okay, and let me find a safe place to make a cut here. I think right along the spine is probably good. Alrighty, let's see if we can tear it off now. Bear with me. Apparently my box cutter didn't do too good a job here. All right, that sounds good. Nothing more exciting than taking the cellophane wrap off a new game. Perfect, and there it is. And looks pretty nice. The title here, Baldur's Gate 3, it's embossed. So it's got a nice little three-dimensional texture to it. And this box is also a matte print. I think the print looks really nice. Ooh, even the Larian logo is kind of elevated a bit. I saw some versions, like the UK version, they have a big old 18 logo here. So the little ESRB mature rating is quite nice on there as well. Looking at the spine here, again, this is embossed, which is pretty nice. Not the Larian logo this time. And then on the back, gather your party. Okay, I don't actually know anything about this game. I haven't looked at it. I haven't read anything about the story. I've stayed away from all the memes. And so this is brand new to me. So I'm not even going to read the back. I'm just going to get really excited to play and enjoy the game soon here in the near future. And then on the side we have, well, this kind of looks like a book. I think you can see that they've created somewhat of a book look. Now what would have been nice is if you're storing it on a shelf, right, that you kind of got some of that book texture here in the sleeve, so then from a shelf it looks like, oh, this is a big book, so to speak. And let's go ahead and open it up. And right away what I notice before I can even get out of the packaging is that the border on here has a really nice gold glow to it. Hopefully you could see that in the footage. And there's Baldur's Gate 3. And this looks really nice now that we've gotten rid of the console logos and it's just a representation of what the game is. And one of the things that really impresses me right off the back is this reminds me a lot of old big box games. I have a couple. I have Diablo 2 and I have Morrowind. And so kind of fun to add something similar to the collection. The thing I find funniest about this is, you know, back in the day, the 90s, the early 2000s, big box games were used to having many of the things that we'll find on the inside, or even just the quality of such packaging as we have here. The gold embossing is very cool. The back, we have a couple different pictures. Actually, this picture is a really nice glossy quality to it, which is great. And we have some embossed kind of 3D logos at the bottom. So looking quite nice. I am very interested to see what we got inside. And then it looks like we have another strip of tape here. The tape piece right here is, it looks like it's perforated. Before I could even do anything to it, it was already kind of breaking off slightly. Not the same on this side. But so I guess if you're purchasing this brand new on eBay someday in the future, probably want to just pay attention to whether this seal was broken before or not, before you got your hands in it or not. So what I'm going to do is just keep that tape intact. I'm going to use my box cutter to just puncture the sleeve here if I can. Wow, okay, there we go. And I think this side should be easy enough to break, which it was. All right, let's check out what's in the package. Okay, and right off the bat, it smells like a newly manufactured piece of cardboard box. But it is a nice construction. And doesn't feel like something that's going to fall apart too easy. So we can appreciate that, I would say. All right, Baldur's Gate. So this here, I think, is the world map. And it has a nice texture to it. It almost feels like, I don't know, you remember those planners you got when you were in middle school? They're like the crazy plastic finishes. It's almost like that, but more papery finish. It gives it a nice quality that, you know, makes it feel realistic, I guess. And here is the map. It's looking pretty cool. I don't know anything about the game. As I mentioned, I've stayed away entirely from many of the things we were supposed to learn about it. One of the things that I am seeing is that this map, to me personally, is looking a little washed in terms of print quality. I don't know, the colors don't pop too hard. I'd say the green pops more than anything. Not that that's too big of a problem. One of the things I'll say as well is I remember, if I recall, that the original announcement for this pre-order, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but the original announcement had mentioned this was going to be a cloth map. This is not cloth. It's a papery finish, as I was mentioning. Textured paper. It feels nice, but not exactly what I believe it was supposed to say, or was supposed to be. We have a little, I'm guessing this is quality control, CQ or QC. And then let's see what else is here. This is looking like a poster. And if I remember from the pre-order details, this is the Mind Flayer poster. And this is the poster. Wow, this thing is huge. I expected it to be, you know, pretty big, but I'm impressed by just how big this poster is. Usually when you get a poster in a game, it's not this large. So, and taking a look, the finish is really nice. It is quite nice. The print detail is quite high in resolution, and the art's cool. It's kind of Lovecraftian almost. Alrighty, and I'll put that aside very gently. All right, what else is in here? We have stickers. Are you a sticker person? Because I think there are 32 stickers. And again, I'm not so familiar with the characters or anything. Ooh, these ones are pretty low res, I think. Maybe that's just the style. I don't know. Which is your favorite? I do always like these kind of stickers. They look pretty funny. But yeah, 32 stickers for sticking to things. Alrighty, stickers. And then it looks like last but not least, ooh, there's more stuff in here. All right, we will set this game aside for just a second, and then I will come back to that after we've seen what else is in here. Okay, game soundtrack. This is really cool. And the game soundtrack, or the original game soundtrack, was done by Borislav Slavov, I think is how you say his name. And Slavov is very cool. He did a couple of the Crysis games, the soundtracks for them. He also worked on Divinity Original Sin 2. I like his work. And so I'm really excited to kind of dive in and see exactly what this is going to be like when we're playing it. I'm just going to rotate the discs in here so we get a nice view of all three. I do very much like this trifold CD experience that we're getting. And the art is really nice on here. And the print finish, very nice. And it looks good. And we even got little details on the spine. Quite nice indeed. Okay, and then these I was actually pretty excited for. We have a couple of patches, which again, I can't comment on what these patches are to represent. In the coming weeks I will be able to. But we got both patches here. I think they're just iron-ons, excuse me. And we just iron them on. So alrighty. And we're just looking at the box one more time. I think that's all that's in here. Here's the inside of the box. Again, the construction's really nice. This foam is very sturdy. Okay, and last but not least, here is Baldur's Gate 3. A couple of things I'm noticing is that on this version, the PlayStation version at least, there is a slight logo for PlayStation running along the cellophane on the bottom. So if you're looking for a newly sealed version of Baldur's Gate 3, I guess that'll be a detail you'll want to pay attention to, is whether that cellophane is there. If it's not, you know it's been rewrapped. And another thing I'm noticing, not taking the plastic out, but the insert is not exactly even on here, which isn't a big deal. I'll just fix it. But just a funny little thing that I'm seeing as we're opening this up. Alrighty, give it a little puncture. And let's pop this bad boy open. Here's the game. I think it looks fantastic. The art on it is very good. And I think it looks nice next to Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. Let's take a look. There's Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 next to 3, the enhanced edition. This is actually really good and gone up a lot in price since Baldur's Gate 3 came out. But good game nonetheless. All right, I'm going to fix the insert and then we'll see what's on the inside of the game here. All right, that looks almost even. I'm going to be a perfectionist about this. Bear with me. I'm making it worse. It's probably the worst method I could have chosen, but I think it looks okay. All right, we're opening this up. We have a play disc, and then we also have the data disc. And to my understanding, this version of Baldur's Gate 3 includes all content made for the game. You also get a digital deluxe DLC code that you can use to redeem some of the digital items that came as well. I got that via email. So if you are buying the game new, make sure to inquire with the seller about whether that key is available for you. And the last thing we should do, now that I messed around with the insert to make sure it was perfect, I'll take it out. And here's the insert art on the inside. Again, wish I could comment a little bit on the details of the game since I have yet to play it, but I cannot. So I will leave you all to your imagination or your own opinions if you have beaten and played Baldur's Gate 3. And that's everything. That's the whole packaging experience for the deluxe edition. I originally picked up this pre-order for $80 plus $20 shipping, which even then I think is a pretty good deal overall. I mean, $100 for what is Game of the Year, what is a limited release, and the opportunity to play a fantastic game. I think it's just, bar none, super awesome. I have been patiently awaiting this and did want to share with y'all kind of what was all in there if you decide that you're going to pick it up someday in the future and just want a little completeness check that you're getting the right things. But that's about it. I guess I would be curious if you've played Baldur's Gate 3. Did you get a digital version? I almost broke down and bought the Play Asia release, which is the Japanese version, because I heard you could play it in English. But was happy that I ultimately ended up holding off. I've definitely kept myself busy in the hobby of playing games and have not run out of things to do. And so all things considered, pretty happy to have this finally, happy to be able to share it with you, and appreciate you tuning in. So if you did enjoy the content, I usually do reviews on this channel. Sometimes I'll talk gaming news just very lightly to share my opinion on something. But otherwise, would love for you to get some enjoyment out of my other content if that's something you're interested in. All right, well, thanks for checking out the video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you next time.